同学们好 Welcome to A Journey to China, Chinese 1. 欢迎到中国之旅第一册。我是于博士。Are you ready to begin a new chapter and discover new things about the Chinese language and culture? Great! Today, we'll begin a group of lessons where you will learn how to identify and introduce others. Greet Chinese people in different ways. Pick a Chinese name and understand the culture in Chinese names. And learn the way to understand and write Chinese characters. Does it sound like a lot? Well, I know you can do it, and it will be fun. Let's start by reviewing the sentences we've learned. Read these sentences with me and tell me how to say them in Chinese. Pay attention to the initial, final, and tone of each syllable. Hello, teacher. How would you say this greeting in Chinese? Yes, you'd say 老师好. Say with me, 老师好. Good. How would you say hello classmates or hello class in Chinese? Excellent. Yes, 同学们好 is correct. Say it with me. 同学们好. 同学们 means classmates, class, or fellow students. Hello, I am. How would you say this phrase in Chinese? 很好, correct. You would say 你好,我是. Say with me. 你好,我是. How would you say goodbye? Yes, it's 再见. 再见. Say it with me. 再见. Finally, what's the formal way to say hello? Very good. The formal way is 您好. 您好. Say it with me. 您好. Very good. 很好. You've done well learning basic ways to greet people, introduce yourself, and say goodbye. Let's learn how to identify and introduce people like friends or classmates, and how to ask someone politely who they are. Listen to this dialogue between a teacher and the students. Try to understand the meaning of what they say.
你好，你是？
我是李维，他是白兰，他是林大虎，他们是同学。
老师好。
Were you able to follow the dialogue? How much did you understand? Listen and tell me the meaning of the dialogue. The teacher said, 你好,你是. What do you think this means? Yes, 你好 is hello. How about 你是? Remember that 是 is the verb meaning is, am, or are. 你是, what does it mean? 你是 is a question asking you are. It's a polite way to ask somebody who they are in Chinese. 你好,你是. Hello, you are. Say the phrase after me 3 times. 你好,你是. 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 Good. Now you know how to ask someone politely who they are by saying 你好,你是. Hello, you are. In the dialogue, after the teacher said 你好,你是, the student replied 我是李伟. What does 我是李伟 mean? Very good. It means I am Li Wei. Say 我是李伟 with me. 我是李伟. after Li Wei introduced himself, he gestured to his friends and said, 她是白兰 and 她是林大虎. What was he doing? Excellent. Yes, he was introducing his friends. Li Wei said, 她是白兰. What did he mean? Tell me what 她 means. Yes, 她 means he or him. 她 can also mean she or her. So what is 她是? Very good. 她是 means he is or she is. Li Wei said, she is 白兰. Say, 她是白兰 after me 3 times. 她是白兰. 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 Li Wei also said, he is 林大虎. Say, 他是林大虎 after me 3 times. 他是林大虎. 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 Great! It's good to practice saying Chinese names. Li Wei finished introducing Bai Lan and Lin Dahu by saying, 他们是同学. What does 他们 mean? Remember the plural word 们. Yes, 他们 means they or them. You know that 是 means am, is, or are. So 他们是 means what? Yes, they are. 他们是 they are. Tell me the meaning of 同学. Yes, classmate or fellow student. Now tell me what 他们是同学 means. 好, it means they are classmates. 他们是同学. Let's say 他们是同学 together 3 times. 他们是同学. 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 Finally, Bai Lan and Lin Dahu greeted the teacher by saying, 老师好. What does this mean? Yes, it means hello teacher. Say 老师好 with me. 老师好. Listen to the dialogue again.
你好，你是？
我是李维，他是白兰，他是林大虎，他们是同学。
老师好。
How would you say hello and ask someone politely who they are in Chinese? Great. 你好，你是 Hello, you are. 你好，你是 How would you introduce someone? Good. You'd say 他是 Then say their name. Let's look closely at today's vocabulary from our dialogue. The verb 是 is found in every phrase. 我是，你是，他是，他们是。What's great about the verb 是 is that it remains the same when you want to say I am, you are, he or she is, or they are. 是 with the 4th tone means is, am, or are. Is the to be verb. You know the characters for 我, 你, and 是, and should be experts at speaking and reading them by now. Next, look at the word 他. 他 uses which tone? Yes, the 1st tone. 他 means he or him, but it also means she or her. Say 他 with me. 他. Look at the character for 他 closely. When you refer to a male, the character looks like this. When you refer to a female, the character changes to include the Chinese character for woman. The pinyin syllable is the same, but the characters are slightly different. Ta means he or him, and she or her. You know the plural word 们, don't you, 同学们? Of course you do. Does 们 have a tone? No, it's neutral. Now then, if you add the plural word 们 to the pronoun 他, what do you get? Yes, you get 他们. What does that mean? Correct, it means they. In a dialogue, Li Wei said 他们是同学 when he introduced Bai Lan and Lin Dahu. You might ask, why 们 wasn't added to the word 同学 in the sentence to make it plural? Here's why. Because the plural pronoun 他们, meaning they, is used in the sentence. It's understood that there's more than one classmate. There's no need to add the plural word 们 to 同学. 他们是同学. They are classmates. So based on what you learned today, can you say they are teachers? I know you can do this. They are teachers. Tell me. 好，他们是老师 is correct. 他们是老师. They are teachers. Let's say 他们是老师 together. 他们是老师. Now, try to say we are classmates. Here's a hint. The personal pronoun for I in Chinese is 我. So tell me how to say we are classmates. Anyone? Good try. 我们是同学 is correct. We are classmates. 我们是同学. Add the plural 们 to 我 to form 我们, meaning what? Yes, we. 我们 means we or us. Say 我们是同学 with me. 我们是同学. In today's vocabulary, our initials are wu, na, shi, ta, and mo. The simple finals are o, yi, and a. The compound final is n. The first, third, fourth, and neutral tones are found in our words. It's time to practice today's dialogue in groups of 2. Take turns playing the teacher and Li Wei. You can imagine that the students Bai Lan and Lin Dahu are with you. I'll put the dialogue on the screen in Chinese characters and pinyin. Let's begin. Good job with the dialogue. 好，同学们。How did you like saying the names of the students in the dialogue? We'll learn more about Chinese names in future lessons, and you'll pick your Chinese name soon. Since you've been practicing reading characters, look at this public sign on the street in Beijing, China. Do you see any characters we've studied? Which characters can you read? Read them for me. 很好，同学们. You correctly read the 3 characters for 你, 我, and 他. They're on the bottom row, the 3rd, 4th, and the 5th characters from the left. 你, 我, and 他. Modern Chinese street signs are read from left to right, similar to signs in Western cultures. I'm sure you want to know what the sign says. Should I read it for you? Okay. It says, 遵守交通法，安全你我他。Actually, this is a safety sign that says in English, observe all traffic laws, so everyone is safe. That's a general translation. This is another good reason to be able to read Chinese characters. When you travel to China, you'll be able to understand some of the signs written in Chinese characters. Now, that would be great. Did you know that Chinese characters are part of one of the world's earliest writing systems? The Chinese language had existed and been developing over the past 5,000 to 6,000 years. The earliest evidence of Chinese characters was discovered in Yinxu, the ancient ruins of the city of Yin in the Henan province of China in 1899. The researchers discovered characters written on turtle shells and oracle bones dating to around 1500 BC. They call it 甲骨文 or shell bone writing. Historically, there are 6 ways to form Chinese characters. One of these original ways was through pictures of natural objects like the sun or the mountains, called pictographs. About 5% of characters used today are pictographs like shan and zhi. Let's look at some pictographs and how they develop into modern-day characters. Here's a modern character, 人. It developed from the pictograph of a man standing in profile. Over time, it changed to become the character we have today, a man walking. Can you guess the meaning of 人 based on the pictograph? That's a good guess. 人 means man, person, or people. Here's another modern character, 女. This character developed from a pictograph of a seated woman. The character we have today may not remind you of a seated woman, but is very elegant and easy to remember. What do you think the meaning of 女 could be? Very good. 女 means female or woman. Another way to form Chinese characters is through pictophonetics. About 80% of Chinese characters are pictophonetic. This type of character has 2 parts. The first part is the meaning that originates from a pictograph. The second part is a phonetic symbol that indicates the sound of the character. Here's a pictophonetic character for ma, meaning mother. The first part is a character 女 on the left, which is the pictograph for a woman. This part gives the meaning. The second part is a character on the right, which is ma. It gives the sound. So the sound of the syllable is based on ma. In this character, the sound is said with the first tone, and it means mother, ma. You can see how the parts create the character ma and communicate the meaning and the sound of the character for mother, ma. So what's the best way to learn Chinese characters and memorize them? An effective way is to identify and memorize their structure and parts. Let's look at the structure of a character and the structure of a word. 2 characters can form a new character. In a similar way, 2 or more characters can form a new word. Here's how 2 characters form a new character. The character for Ming is made of 2 parts. One part is a character for the sun, and the other part is a character for the moon. Ming is one character with 2 parts. That means bright. Now, here's how 2 separate characters can form a new word. When you combine the character for Ming, meaning bright, with the character Tian, which means day, you get the new word 明天. These two characters form a new word that means tomorrow. They don't create a new character, just a new word. The meaning of the new word is based on the original meaning of the characters found in the word structure. Since two characters can form a new word, let's look at some of our vocabulary words that are formed when two separate characters are combined. Remember, the meaning of the new word is based on the original meaning of the characters. The word 同学 is a word formed with two characters. The character 同 means together or same, and the character 学 means to learn and study. The new word 同学, meaning classmate or fellow student, is formed when you combine these two characters together. You can see how together and learn can relate to the idea of a fellow student or classmate. The word 老师 is another word that's formed from two characters. The character for old is 老. The character for master is 师. When these two characters are combined, they form a new word meaning teacher, 老师. Now, every teacher isn't truly old, but old in Chinese culture doesn't just mean age. It also means experience and knowledge based on lifelong learning. This is based on an agricultural society where knowledge and skills are passed from older people to younger people, so they will have the ability to live. There's a traditional respect for older people in Chinese society. In Chinese culture, the social title 老师 is a title that shows respect, including being the word for teacher. We've learned how two characters can form a new word. Now let's look at characters more closely. 同学们. Do you remember in our second lesson, when we look at the structure of Chinese characters, I told you that an effective way to learn characters is to identify and memorize their structure and parts. You do this by separating the parts of a character and memorize them. Let's look at the character structure again. There are two basic types of character structure. These are 1. A single part character, and 2. A compound character made up of 2 or more parts. Let's look at these characters. Here's the character for 我, meaning I or me. 我 is a single part character. This character is complete by itself. Next, the character for 同, meaning same or together. This character has an inside section that's covered by an outside section. What type of character do you think this is? Correct. This is a compound character. Next, 是, the to be verb, which means am, is, or are, is a compound character made up of 2 parts. Instead of 2 parts side by side, this compound character has 1 part on top and 1 part on the bottom. Next, the character for 早, meaning morning, has 2 parts. This is a compound character that also has 1 part on top and 1 part on the bottom. Here's the character for 老, meaning old. How many parts does it have? Yes, 2. This is another compound character with 1 part on top and the other part on the bottom. Next, the character for 师, meaning master, has 2 parts, left and right. This is another compound character. The character for 你, meaning you, has 2 parts, left and right. This is a compound character. Next, the character for 他, meaning he or him, has 2 parts, left and right. This is a compound character. Next, the character for men, the plural word, has two parts, left and right. This is a compound character. So, if a character is complete in itself, what type of structure is it? Yes, a single part structure. What if it's made up from two or more parts? Good, it's a compound structure. This is just the beginning of learning about Chinese characters. 同学们, you've done well as we've begun a new chapter. Let's go over the things you've learned today. In our dialogue, you learn how to identify someone by greeting them and asking politely. 你好, 你是? Hello, you are. 你好, 你是? Then you learned to introduce a person by using the phrase 他是, he is or she is, and saying their name. When spoken, 他是 can be used for males or females because 他 can mean he or she. 他 is represented by two slightly different characters to indicate male or female. Now you can politely ask someone who they are and introduce people to each other. 同学们, your vocabulary is growing with every lesson. Today, we added the plural word 们 to 他 and 我 to get the words 他们 meaning they or them and 我们 meaning we or us. For example, 他们是老师 they are teachers, and 我们是同学 we are classmates. Your ability to read Chinese characters is growing as you looked at a Beijing street sign and recognized 你, 我, and 他, 很好. I introduced you to 甲骨文, shellbone writing, and the early history of the Chinese writing system. You learned how characters have developed over time. You also learned that characters form words and can be combined to form new words. Finally, you look at the structure of Chinese characters and learn how they can be single part or compound. Today, you've learned more keywords to help you communicate in Chinese. Practice speaking with each other the phrases you've learned. I want you to be confident in your ability to greet and introduce people. Don't forget to complete today's video class worksheet and the homework assignment so you'll be prepared for our next lesson on A Journey to China, 中国之旅. I look forward to seeing you again. And remember, 学无止境, learning never ends. 再见。